In this video, we'll talk about one of the most basic word combinations in English: subject and verb. Subject and verb agreement. A sentence has to have a subject and a verb, but a clause also has to have a subject and a verb. A clause might not be a sentence. Knowledge of clauses becomes necessary when studying compound and complex sentences. It's important to pay attention to the subject and the verb because they have to agree with each other. That's why we have chosen subject-verb agreement in this particular video. So as I said, that it's important to pay attention to the subject and the verb because they have to agree with each other. This is very often very evident in the present tense. For example, he eats. This is in the present tense because the verb is in present. The subject is pronoun he, which is singular. The subject is a singular and the verb in the present is also singular. It's not as evident if you put this verb eat into ate, and this is the verb that is in past form and this is the subject. So as I said, that it's not as evident if you put this verb, this one, into this form, that is ate, in the past tense, and you say he ate. It is not going to be that clear, but they still do agree. These two, subject followed by past form of the verb, they still do agree and they do match. Here is the subject he, and then here is the verb in the past form ate. He ate. Subject and verb agreement is very crucial. A subject can be a noun. In this case, John is the name of a person. So subject can be a noun like a person. For example, if we use the word John over here, the name of a man, or the pronoun he that represents a man, that is also very evident, that can also be used. So John is going to be a subject. John is a man, and then we can use the pronoun that represents a man. We can use he or you, etc. He is a student. Similarly, we can also use a verbal as a subject. So this over here is the verbal. This was pronoun, John was a noun. So we can use a pronoun, a noun, or a verbal. Means in this case, the word swimming is a verbal. For example, over here this is functioning as a gerund, and actually it is the subject of this sentence. Swimming is fun. So we can put name of a person or a noun or a pronoun or a verbal. All of them, they can be used in place of subject. So this is clear. And the verb that matches, John is going to have a matching verb, that is. This is verb be in all the three cases. He is, swimming is. So this is the verb be, and all of them, they match their subject. John is a singular verb that matches the singular subject John, over here this is singular verb that matches a singular pronoun he, and over here swimming is a gerund, it is a verbal, and it is matching with this singular verb that is. So let's say if it's in the present tense, John is a man. So this verb in all these three cases, this is in a present tense. So as I said that John is a man, this verb is in present. He is a student, this verb be is in present. And similarly, we may put swimming is fun. The verb is be over here in all these examples, in all these three sentences, three examples, the verb is in be, and but it changes in the present tense. We have used is. So to match the subject, we have to change this be into the present tense, this verb be into the present tense and in singular form. And this gerund swimming can also use the same verb. Swimming is fun. Remember one thing, gerunds are always singular. This is a fact that is needed to be remembered, that gerunds are always singular. If you don't match the subject, all of these subjects, if you don't match the subject and the verb properly, your English will sound strange. As I said, he is a student. This is in the present tense. This is the verb be, and these two, he and is, they must match each other. Singular he takes a singular verb is. If I change it, this particular subject, to a plural pronoun, and if I put in this place they, then the verb be will also get changed. So this is plural, subject is plural, and it follows a matching verb be in the present tense that is also plural. So as I said that if I change this he to they, what will happen? This is a plural pronoun, they, and the verb be would change to are, and I'll use the plural form for student as well. He is not going to be a student, they are students. So again over here this changes into plural. So they are students. We can't say they are a student. So plural subject takes plural verb. Subject and verb, both of them matches, or we often say that they agree. This should agree this one, and similarly this student is to be converted into plural form. But this is the real area that needs to have to be focused. They are. The subject they should agree with the verb, and this is what we call subject verb agreement. Subject verb agreement is important in questions like these and also in negatives. So as I mentioned, that subject verb agreement is important in questions as well as in negatives. Does she like it? Here we have to pay attention to the helping verb, that is does, and here is the main verb like. Does she like it? So we really have to pay attention to the helping verb to make sure that the subject and the verb are in agreement. In this statement, she doesn't like it. Here is the subject and this is the negative. She doesn't like it. If we use a different helping verb, for instance, don't, if we use don't in place of doesn't, this is going to be the wrong choice because this is not going to match the subject she, which is a singular. So this matches doesn't, she doesn't like it. So this choice will be a totally a wrong choice. It doesn't match the subject. It's very important to pay attention to the helping verbs in questions and negatives. She leaves. Over here, this is the subject and this one is the verb. I can add on to this, she leaves, if we complete this, if we elongate this sentence by adding a prepositional phrase. So she, this is the subject and this is the verb, and then as I said that I can add on to this, she leaves, we can add on to this subject verb agreement followed by what? What is that? Prepositional phrase for work. This is the preposition and this is the noun and we call it prepositional phrase. Here we have a preposition for, this one, and a noun that is work. She leaves for work. So if we add another prepositional phrase to this part, this sentence, she leaves for work in the morning. So this is the preposition for and this is noun work, and then again we have got this preposition in, and then the word morning is a noun. So we have got two prepositional phrases, for work and in the morning. So she leaves for work in the morning. So over here is the prepositions and here is the word, here is the noun, here is the preposition, and here is the noun. But at the core of the sentence is this combination. What is this? This is the core combination, subject and then verb, and we call it subject verb agreement. Notice that the verb can take many different tenses and different forms. The subject she can remain the same. This is subject in this sentence, again this is subject, so it remains the same. As I said, the subject can remain the same, but here is the verb. Here's the verb left, and then when we have more than two words, then this is a verb phrase, is leaving. So this is going to match the subject she is leaving. We call it the verb phrase. As I said that from here to here, actually it is helping verb and this is the main verb with an ing ending, and both of them, once we combine them, it becomes a verb phrase. So she left, she is leaving, she will leave. Again, this is a verb phrase. She should leave, and then she should have left. So in all these examples, we have the same subject but different verbs. This is in the past and this is in the present, this is in future, and this is the modal verb should, and again she should have left. So in all these cases, these are the subjects that remain the same, but the verb keeps on changing. So over here it is the verb It's a verb phrase, this is a verb phrase, again verb phrase, and again we have should, have, and then left. So this is modal verb, and then this shows perfection, and then left. So she left, she is leaving, she will leave, she should leave, or she should have left. All of them, the subject agrees with the verbs or the verb phrase.